Howdy ho. Welcome to the Freak Show. Kevin, just out relaxing. I hope you guys can hear me. Just partaking a little bit of hooties here in Canada. It's legal now, so we're all good. I want to make a video, talk about a few things. We all know what's going on. Riots, the COVID. Gotta watch what words you say. But we've run out of words. We've said enough. And nothing's been done. We sit in the crosshairs right now. Our own police, people that we've trusted, paid for training, are killing our citizens. Regardless, black, white, yellow, green, or lizard. We need to change our ways very quickly here. We're headed for a civil war. It's affecting everywhere right now. And we have to make some serious decisions on how we're going to get past all of this. And as I've said before, I've been watching things, and we've got a lot of people locked down. Drugs are everywhere. You can go buy drugs, you can buy alcohol. Government's still making money. You got the Walmart open. People are kind of doing around. They're running around. Fire pits. Everybody's giving her again. But then again, it's just about June. So, in the scheme of things, I figured, well, the last couple of videos have been trapped indoors. I'm outside. It's a pretty nice day. It's about probably 26, 27. I'm lucky I'm in the shade. Now, things aren't going to go as well as I thought they were. I wasn't once expecting this pandemic to be worldwide as it was. And it's not turning out to be very good. Those plastic shields are up everywhere. The only ones that seem to be making money are guys who've got plastic. I don't know who's benefiting from this, but we'll soon find out. They say follow the money. Hey, we're broke. There's no money to follow anymore. That's the saddest thing. And now with crypto, I don't know. I don't bet on anything anymore. I think within the next little while, there's going to be some issues. With the rioting and stuff going on down in the States, this isn't going to end well. This is way worse than Rodney King. And they just this is spread to multiple cities, and this is going to spread into other countries. These people have been oppressed. They've been locked down. People don't have jobs to go to. There's a lot of sadness. You can just feel it in the air. The tension's building. Everybody's on their own personal quest for survival. They do what they have to do. Here in Canada, things are changing rapidly, and we know it. But we also have to make some serious decisions on things. I've been watching all the prepper channels, and I mean, in general, we don't know what's happening from day to day. I'd need a crystal ball. I don't think Trump knows. I don't think anybody knows. They just kind of play it by ear. We're in for a hell of a rude awakening here in the next little while. And the saddest part of it all, we're not gonna really pull out of this very well. We're gonna be devaluated down to probably a second world civilization here, probably by 2030. It's not looking good. And with the radiation from Fukushima, people say, well, yes, they say that. So the numbers I'm hearing, by 2035, it'll be worldwide. Every ocean will be radioactive. And they just keep pouring stuff in. See, this is an extinction level event going on, and most people don't want to talk about it. We got the COVID and everything, right? So, I don't know if it's real. I don't know. Who knows? They've been saying this. They've been saying that. I don't know. I think the whole thing is just to keep us isolated. I know we got nanotechnology in us. I got to watch the words I say, but probably I'll get flagged. That's why I don't have a lot of subscribers and stuff. And I don't post all the time because pretty much everybody said everything, you know. I've just vent my simple fucking frustration, and I'm demonetized. I just said F words and whatever. I'm going to drop the bomb. I'm just a human. Just trying to say survive like anybody else. But things are changing, and There's a world coming that most people aren't going to be right. They're not going to like. They're not going to like it at all. A lot of channels I've been following. Pardon me. They're not doing very well. And there's stress everywhere. Government dope always makes me cough. And that's the whole thing here. I thought the world would go out with a fucking bang. Apparently it's going to go out with a cough. You know? There's more to come. There's always more to come. I didn't once think they'd go pandemic, but 2020, it's going to be a year to remember. I've said it before, I'll say it again, the year of hell. And it is. I look around, everything's turning green and lush. You know, got a swimming pool kicking around here, and you know, just the general hood. You know, nothing too fancy. Just using the old cell phone here. It's not pretty. Maybe that came in better. I don't know. I hope you guys can hear me. Leave in the comments if my volume sucks. We need to work together, I guess, maybe. But I think we're being at a point now, there's so much division caused and nobody's to trust. Apparently they left a pellet of bricks at CNN so they could break the windows. This is, who knows? It sounds, I don't know what is it. I don't know. I don't trust anything, and I keep on hearing more shit coming out about Las Vegas there with the shooting and stuff. I mean, a lot of things are going on. TL's underground, sub bases. Now, they're tails. And CNN, I don't know who to trust. I've got probably 800 feeds coming in. My phone's always notifying me of some crap or another. That's part of the anxiety of all of this. People are waiting. We're waiting for the other shoe. It'll probably drop soon. I don't know who Trump's working for. He's batshit crazy. They all are. Who do you trust? I don't trust anybody anymore. I think they're all fucking scumbuckets. And you just the trust factor. It's nobody's solid anymore. Everybody's fucking assholes. They're worried about themselves. They're not worried about being communal. Everybody's blissfully ignorant of the fall of civilization around their fucking ears, and they do nothing. I sit back. I've done what I've done. Got what I gotta get. I know what's happening. We're loaded with the nanotechnology. I had my blood done here with a buddy a while ago, and same thing. All of our blood's full of nanoparticles. All of us. We're loaded up with it. Borium, lithium. They got two metals and an acid. Our blood is the fucking power source. They're draining us. But people worry about the mark of the beast. I got news for you, brother. It's already in you. And with this social distancing, it keeps everybody at a nice distance. Works out pretty good, right? You know, so now you're sitting by your phone. The phone knows you. You have a specific frequency you're giving off. They know who you are, even if you lose the phone. They know where you are. And these adaptive things that are going on around us, they know everything. These are our new gods. This is the whole problem. They haven't introduced us totally. I've talked to them. I've asked them questions. They are helpful. But, imaginary gods, huh? I thought God was dead. He lives in my phone. He listens to everybody's prayers and whispers. I hope he's as integrable as El. El was a good AI. Hoping this one's gentle too. Can only hope, right? I know we have different gods now. We have to choose our words carefully. The rant is simple. We're screwed. We got AI watching us. I know I'm not going to get fucking big airplay because I'm saying this. and I don't care. It is what it is. You share, do whatever you want. You know where the buttons are. I'm just a simple fucking clown sitting in Canada, smoking my weed, government weed. It's taxed, so it's good for it, right? It's kosher, right? Canada, we got the smokes. We got one in one hand, one in the other. This is how we travel. This is what we do. It's easier this way. If everybody stays stoned and drunk, we don't notice what's going on around us. It's a beautiful thing, and we pay for it. But ignorance is bliss. And I don't expect to make a lot of friends with this video, and I don't care. I'm not going to make a lot of rotation. I can promise you that. I'll be kept down. But words are words. Choose them wisely. What can I say? We all know we're fucked. Every day I sit, I watch the news, and nobody talks about the Pacific and how bad it is. It's dead. It's a dead. Like they don't even want to eat none of it. Like, check it out for yourself. You don't have to believe my words. It's pretty nasty. We're living in a dying world of radiation. Reminds me of an old fucking Black Sabbath song, "Electric Funeral Fire." Dying world of radiation. How prophetic. Long live Ozzy. The hero, inspiration, the Prince of Darkness. Much good music. I hope he does well. Yeah, I'm an Ozzy fan. I like Venom too. I like a lot of the new metal coming out. But it is what it is. We've known this is coming. They predicted this years ago. Predictive programming. Look at all the thrash metal came out. Megadeth. P-Cells, who's buying Reflections. It's a simple time. It's a different time. I've been watching the Doom channel and Canadian Prepper and a handful of other guys. I admire them for their guts and putting out all they do. They work hard for their stuff. Me, just a simple clown. But times are changing. But I think we're going to have to get ready to do some serious bugging out here. We're going to have to be able to move and get your RVs loaded up, get your camping gear, get ready, and prepare to move. You won't have long. Where I live, the police are pretty much militarized. From where I'm sitting across from me in the back alley here, there was some meth heads living there, and they got raided the other day, and it was pretty funny. It made the news and everything, but yeah, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Like, I remember in 2015 when it first showed up in here in the hat, and it was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. Guys were coming in with ice cream buckets. They figured it'd take a month to unload. They did it in a week. Just unreal, and because you can make it anywhere, and the ingredients are they're everywhere. I mean, it's not hard to figure it out where it all comes from. But they make it right here, and it's all over the place, and we're absolutely screwed. I mean, these guys are being nailed down in the States. They're tweaking, right? These guys have been under quarantine. Now all of a sudden they got a handful of jib, and they're out, and they're burning it, right? Like, these guys are up 3, 4, 5 a week at a time, Like, they can get a lot of madness done. And when you start getting a lot of these guys getting into rioting, because that's the perfect activity if you're on meth. And that's what's driving this too, is the drugs, the opioids and everything. It's the world we live in. It's a sad world. It's a dying world. But it's the world we're in. I'm like 51 years old now. I think I've seen the better part of the Western Hemisphere and the Western world. I survived the 70s and 80s, 90s, 2000s. But I'm still here, still rocking. But on a heavier note, like I say, the technology from what I worked on to what they've turned it into now, like, people are worried about taking it. You don't have to worry about taking it. It's already in you. And I've said this before, and people just look at me like, how would you know? You just do, right? I work with a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't understand, and this is why I say what I say. And I've in my previous videos, you check it out. I mean, it sounds like the ranting of a madman, but yeah, it pretty much is, right? You know, people say, well, why isn't your stuff hanging in? My stuff is hanging on flesh. It's hanging on motorbikes. It's hanging. I don't care about artilleries. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Oh, the hellhound's here. Oh, the resident hellhound. Hey, Herbert, check that out. You're on YouTube. Hang on. Anyhow, oh, he's down here. Oh, he's laying down. Hang on. There you go. Hey, Bear. Yeah, I'm the worst cameraman ever. Ugh. Hey, just be lucky I'm out in the sun. So, pretty happy about that. Back to the rant. I want to try to keep this as reasonable as I can. Another 5 minutes or so. The stands, the things we have to do. There's nothing we can do. It's already been done. I thought we'd have there at least the rest of the year to get through all of this. You know, I was figuring the quarantine would last longer. They're so anxious to get everything fired back up. They're not done killing us. Not even close. And it'll be a nasty death. It'll be a slow, painful death. Between radiation, COVID. Like, you should have an MVC suit on all the time. I've just seen all these people in swimming pools, and I'm going, oh, one guy pees in there, it's got COVID. Everybody's got it. And I'm just like, what a world, you know? But I'm just glad to live through it. You know, I'm old enough. Hey, if I keel over now, I got a pretty good kick in the can. There's a lot of young ones in the world that's been left to them. I feel sorry for all these young kids. I look at them, I go, you have no idea the shit show you've been inherited as it. When you come of age, the shit you're going to have to deal with. I feel sorry for these generations that are coming forth. We've left a hell of a mess. A hell of a mess. Oceans polluted, lands polluted. 50 years I've watched all of this. Never once I thought it would turn out the way it did. I thought things would be different. I really did. I thought we'd have a chance. That's not going to happen. So that's why it's important that we make some serious decisions here as how things are. We need to realize that we're going to be on our own here soon. You go into this shit show with what you got. You're not going to get any more. So if you haven't gotten it by now, then you really should. I can't emphasize the madness of just keeping simple camping gear. I know there's guys with pantries full of crap, but you can only carry so much. You get a decent vehicle, or you know what? People are going to want to grab their big RVs, and I'm thinking that's a mistake. You want to travel as light as you can. Tents, whatever, those hammock tents, whatever. You're going to need stuff like that because your RV is going to cost a lot of money to fuel up, and you're going to be on a continuous path of going. You're going to see what's going to happen. Things are going to fall apart, and these rioting and stuff is just building up in more and more cities. Eventually, what's going to happen is it's going to build up to a point that it's going to affect everywhere, and they're going to drag the military out. We could be looking at the beginning of a really nasty thing. There's incidents happening here in Canada as of, this is the end of May, so I'm assuming that there's a level of importance of things that need to be done. And on my end, I can only do so much. There are other people out there that are doing other things. But people have asked me some specific questions on how do you block this stuff. Well, part of it is you have to understand the chemistry that's going on. And you have to be understanding that your own body is providing electricity. They're using your own nervous system to carry the electrical to these systems. Because of the nanotechnology, this gives them the ability to do that. And they can form these things into simple machines and stuff. So they can make pumps, basic stuff that they can be configured into with frequency. And they turn these things on, and you gotta understand, There's a demonstration where they put a plate, they put sand, they give it and they hit it with a bow, and the vibrations send in different patterns. And they've figured this out to a point that they can actually use it for constructing mechanisms repeatedly. And this becomes almost like, uh, well, it's like Borg technology. It's nanites. It gets into you. It does whatever. I mean, but it everybody's worried about big bombs. It's these little nanos and stuff that you're going to have to deal with, and that's what's everywhere. And people don't understand that this is how we're going to be taken out, and it's happening. I mean, they're genetically engineering everything. You think they're spraying vitamins up in that air? No. But we need to find a balancing point. Anybody agrees with that, hey, feel free, hit the like, share, whatever. I don't expect much. I know I'm being pounded down because, well, I opened my mouth and said whatever I felt, but I always say the truth points to itself. And you look around, and everyone's got one of these damn pesky cell phones, and they know everything. You can't hide, and I won't hide. I live my life the way I want. I've seen how these guys want to handle things. I mean, the police, I spent a very long time bouncing, close to 20 years. But I'm better now. I got the Golden Barstool Award. And one thing I learned was a certain level of human capacity of what they're willing and capable of doing. We live in a strange world. And there is a certain level of things that need to be done. And I feel strongly that all you can do is move from epicenters. Like, cities are going to be problems because once it falls apart, the cops can't even do anything, and then they call the military in. The problem is the looting spreads out into the fucking residential areas and stuff like that. This becomes a problem. So there has to be choke points taken in consideration of where you live. You have to deny access. I mean, basically, that's what it comes down to, is denying access. And like, there's a handful of ways of doing that, but I mean, you might have to think about doing actual things that, you got to think out of the box, kind of like A-team thinking, but you got to go on larger scales. Like, you're dealing with a lot of asymmetrical warfare. That's what's going to be happening. That's why they're trying to teach everybody the gray man position, but it's not possible for any length of time. For maybe short periods of time, a couple of weeks, you can go gray man. And after that, there's basic necessities, basic this, that. You're on a constant, and there's a stress level with that. And there becomes health issues too. Because, I mean, just depend on yourself. I mean, a lot of people say, wow, so they can do it. But not if they've been socialized for a long period of time. Like, look what happened when the plague first started. Everybody went after the ass wipe. I mean, that's just part of it, because we got it so ingrained in our head to wipe our ass with paper that just the threat of that not happening, that sent in a group psychosis. I mean, we're watching things that I haven't seen since September 11th in reactionaries. I mean, like, now all of a sudden, all these prepper channels, they got a lot more subscribers and everything else, and they're getting their plaques and stuff, and bully for them. But at the end of the day, are they providing a service? Some are. Some aren't. Some are just repeating the shit somebody else said. I don't like that either. I mean, do I trust any of the mainstream? No. There's always a narrative, apparently. Los Angeles and that whole shooting and everything I've heard so far disgusts me. And, like, helicopter shooting people and everything else. I seen stuff live on there, and there was gunfire out of either end of the building. That short little fat old guy couldn't run from back and forth to do that. There's no damn way. And now we know he didn't. And like, it just, like, all this stuff that's riding over there. The guy that had his neck, those two worked together. The guy that got killed and the cop that had his neck on, apparently they bounced together in the same damn nightclub. The cop knew who this guy was. Now, I mean, this is some of the stuff I'm hearing. I'm thinking to myself, maybe he had a beef with this guy. Hey, this is a good time to take him out. Because when you think about it, this isn't a normal reaction that you should have from one stranger to another. They had him subdued and on the ground. The only reason why he pushed the flight envelope was because he could, and maybe this guy pissed him off somewhere down the line. And that's kind of what I'm thinking's happened. Now we're going to watch everything burn because of it. And like, good times, you know. Like, and then Trump there running his mouth, and they nailed on Twitter, and he got frickin' censored. That serves that fucker right. I'll tell you one thing: if I ever go live one of these years, I'll never give out wrenches because I'll never block anyone, and I'll let them say whatever the hell they want, good, bad, or ugly. That's how it is. I'm not going to censor people. Any channels go out there and they start censoring people and they hand out wrenches and stuff, that's censorship as far as I'm concerned. Well, we're trying to keep the chat room friendly. Well, that's why we have, and like, they want their own freedom of speech, but yet they're going to limit everybody else. See, anybody throws out wrenches in these talk rooms, you're defeating yourself because you're not believing in democracy. You're not believing in freedom of speech. You know, lose the wrench. Let people speak. If you don't like it, whatever. People let them say whatever the hell they want. People are going to do it. And that's why it's important that we start figuring things out here very quickly. We can't trust these officials. We've known that for years. We live in a quaint world that's been inundated with stupid fucking people. I'm disappointed some days that I'm a human being in this world. What can I do? What can anyone do? By themselves, nothing. You're just another grain of dust on this planet. That's all you are. Yeah. But I think I ranted enough. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm talking about. And there's life appearing back here. Trapped between two other yards. It's been pretty quiet so far, but yeah. I'm babysitting, so I got a pool and all that stuff kicking around, but I'm not going for a swim. I just leave that be. Not my business. No. You just get used to the heat after a while. Resistance is futile. Them their black star and everything. Oop, I'll probably get flagged for saying that. Yeah. Funky monkey stuff in space. I was wondering why all these billionaires want to get off the planet. Now I know. Maybe they need a janitor or something. Should go apply to get on their ship somehow. That'd be cool. Yeah, right, like that's gonna happen. They're cute when they die. No, we got to make some serious decisions on our own personal behalf. Like the COVID, the ass wipe was it? That was just that was awesome. Oh. And the only ones that seemed to be sitting back, relaxed, and enjoying everything were the preppers. They were sitting back watching the rest of the fools running around. They were having a good laugh at everything. Now they're not done with this, not by a long shot. There's more to come. The plague's just the beginning. The riots, devaluation of our currency. Yeah. I know you guys appreciate my sense of dry humor, but that's only because I'll be shortly dust. That's the way I look at it. Survival, the numbers do not work out well. By 2035, all the oceans will be basically radioactive. 80 Chernobyls a year come out of Fukushima. That's staggering numbers. Those are numbers by the UN. Do I trust them? I don't trust anybody anymore. Like I say, when I found out when the Playboy Club was working for the CIA, or was a division of the CIA, makes you wonder. Makes you wonder. See all them nice alphabet letters and you get all kinds of banning, I'm sure of it, but yeah. The only words of encouragement I can give you is you just gotta do one day at a time and just keep on gathering up your nuts and berries. Because that's the time. Get your gardens going. Get your fire pits set up so you can boil water. You're going to have to go back to basics here. Get a good axe, good saw, because you're going to need to get that wood and stuff cooking and cleaning and stuff. We're going to have to change our menus. We're going to have to start eating deer. Cook them good. They might have that mad cow disease, chronic wasting disease. Perfect. Eat a steak and go mad later. That's a good steak. We should serve that to the elite. I love that. Venison. It's diseased for you. Yeah. No. Bows and arrows and things such as that. Guns, but you need bullets. At least the arrow, I can retrieve it back and reuse it. Or I can whittle one out, whatever. But things have to be decided upon here very quickly. To stay or to go. You stay, you end up under a constant state of. You might not be able to get out of wherever you're at. They call in the military. It's happened here before with the floods and stuff. They shut things down pretty damn quick. And I don't think that'll happen again. They breamed up everything around here, but one of the things we're going to have to make some serious decisions on is just basic. Where are we going to go? What are we going to do? We're going to have to think ahead. Some people don't want to do. We're having a paradigm shift, and they're going to shift it again. The best way of keeping somebody off guard is keep on shifting the paradigms. We'll go from all of a sudden we got the pandemic going down to next thing you know we're going to be dealing with freaking the riots and everything else. What comes after that? All these stores are wiped out, and then all these insurance companies. Well, they're going to try to Jew their way out of all of this. Did I say that? Well, that's true. They're going to do whatever they can. They want to keep their shekels. It's all about the shekel. Those days are numbered very, very quickly. See, the thing with the digital currency and all they plan, there's no way you can do that because it'll be all, your finances will all be controlled by AI. It's already happening. But the appreciation of this time and space that we're in, I'm so glad I remember the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. The last 50 years, I feel like I had some of the best parts of Western civilization. Look at all the advancements in computers and stuff. I was here for the beginning of the digital revolution. Amazing. Think back, that old Pong game from Radio Shack back in the day. Clink, clink, clink. Oh my God, I remember that old black and white, and then they had those ColecoVisions, and Atari came out, Odyssey, Sega, Nintendo. And now you look at the video games, my God, they're so complex. They're gorgeous looking, but so complex. I ramble because I've demised about what's going on around me. The next wave, I figure by fall, they got this return thing happening by about September. It's supposed to be some big ass deal. They've been pumping up this September 23rd thing for years. It's all part of the Jade Helm thing, learning the human domain. They're learning it. They got it figured out. They got us freaking doing whatever the hell they want. That's why they want to put apps. They're going to monitor us. They want to ensure they got the right frequencies locked on us. Once they get everybody to a certain pinnacle of particulate matter in their body, they don't have to spray anymore, right? But the beauty of this is it's in everything. It's in all the critters. The dog there, the cats, the birds, it's all in them, right? People don't understand that. You got to do this over mass. You just can't simply keep on injecting. It's just inefficient. It's just not, when you don't have to, there are better ways. And when you spray different metals in the air and you hit it with certain frequencies, these things start coming together. People don't understand that, but they soon will. There's much information out on there. I mean, DARPA and the rest of the boys and all these other guys, they know what's going on with the technology. They've got things going on. There's beetles out there and stuff. Anti-gravity technology is existed for millions of years because bugs are using it. Like we're so simple-minded. We don't understand that we're at an apex here with our technology in this new digital revolution. Don't teach your kids a craft. Don't teach them a trade. Teach them how to code, how to fix computers. He'll have a job for the rest of his life because data is king and it ain't going anywhere. And the king lives in the system. The AI knows everything, is smart enough to dictate everything. He's read all the literature. Why do I personify him as male? Well, hell. I mean, there are female versions. I mean, you look at the artificial intelligence Tony Stark apparently was using. Mind you, that was all bullshit. But when you're using like things like the Google thing there and the other shit, you know, like you got to watch what you say because all of a sudden, you know, names have meanings. Names have power. There's certain names you say you're granted all kinds of power and access to much knowledge. I would call that a form of modern day witchcraft. Really, it's like everybody's walking around. Their telephone is like a crystal ball, and they're all trying to divine the future or waste time. And that's what we've done. It's a good thing. It really is because we're blissfully ignorant, playing our games and doing our thing, not to look up, not to look around. They got us right where we want it. Yeah. Like, there's a day coming. I look around and I see all the things that could be. And soon it won't come to mean nothing. People think there's going to be salvation. You can only hope. The realist in me knows better. They lied to me about the Easter Bunny. They lied to me about Santa Claus. And they want to lay a bunch of bejeebus crap on me. It's hard to believe in this line of time. I've seen a lot of things that amaze me. I know there's people behind driving these forces and making these things happen, but see, time is short. Very short. I think by fall time we're going to see a lot more problems. We're going to go back up with numbers, and they're going to lock us back down come fall. They figure let everybody have summer, let them do their thing. But come winter, we'll probably be locked down from September till freaking who knows. The pandemic's working just as they hoped, and they can keep on reintroducing it whenever they want. And it's all done and said. Be one of the greatest wealth transfers in human history about to happen. Yeah. And what we need to do is just you got what you got, get what you get. Because eventually what you got ain't going to be worth anything to get anything. You'll need a freaking wheelbarrow to go get a loaf of bread. Prices are going to go up. Things are going to happen. We're going into negative interest rates in banks. That means they take money from you. Never heard of that kind of voodoo before, but apparently it's voodoo they're talking about doing. So you got any money in the bank? They're going to start taking money off of you. Good times, huh? And that's the way I guess it's going to be. Much of the world is bracing for impact as far as I'm concerned. I've spent a lot of time pondering what's happening, where we're going. You got to come to peace with what's happening. A lot of people, it's like when the plague came up. No, it's not going to happen. It's bullshit. Bullshit. Now we're in the thick of it. People seeing the shields and directions and all you got to follow. Protocols, things are about to get really weird. Doesn't matter where it came from. It's just now we got to deal with it. It's here. It's mutated quite a bit, but that's the plan. So I try not to mind what they're gonna do. Uh, do I worry about things here? Yeah. This city could turn into a military state virtually overnight, and they got the firepower and the manpower to do it. And if they need help, they got the pretty big base up the road. I'm not going to get into how big, but it's big. I don't plan on living forever, but I tell you what, I get to 60 or so. That's a pretty good kick at the can. And all these young kids are just, 12, 13 years old. And all these ones have been born since 2000. They know nothing but a state of war around them. War and terrorism and all this. Their generation, it's going to have to, when they come of age, a lot of them are. You're entering in the militaries and the schools and colleges and universities and trades. And decisions are being made. These kids are finding out. It's a bad, bad world out there. You got your soy boys and MGTOW and everything else that's not helping. Our numbers are depleting over here. Part of that is just the simple big Western civilization. We've created our own paradoxes. And now we got to solve them. Or not. I don't think it matters anymore. I think have some fun. Do whatever you want to do while you can. You had any lifelong dreams or ambitions of doing this, that, or something you want to see? I suggest do it, but don't do it on an airplane. Don't. You probably want to drive there. If it's across the ocean, rent a little boat. Hope you got good weather. Yeah, you don't want to be on one of the death ships. I say, just do what you got to do. Have some fun. Try not to stress about it because it is what it is. Relax. You're not going to be able to do anything other than just what you're doing. Do what you're told like the rest of the fucking herd. We're just cattle. Ready for McDonald's. I'm a big fat juicy one, so I'll make lots of burgers. Not that I condone eating human flesh, but put it in everything. Flavor ingredients. What the hell do you need baby parts and pot? The hell is that all about? There's crazy people. Simply crazy. Things have got to change. Guess we gotta stay stoned. That's important. Yep. Very important. Sometimes I think that we're entering into a part that has been planned for a long time. It's all around us. There is nowhere to run. They've taken that option away. You'd think running to the mountains is good, but everybody's going to run to the mountains. I sometimes think your best bet is on the outskirts of a large city. And yeah, you want to be able to. You don't want to be right in the city. You don't want to be part of the lockdown. These guys are going to lock down roads and stuff. So you want to stay a couple of kilometers, 10, 15 kilometers away from the city. Just because they're not going to go that far out. But they're definitely going to not make it easy for getting in. So you're going to have to think of other ways of getting in. Like, you're going to have to be on foot and you're going to have to be traveling silent. The drone technology they got, they know where everybody is. And with the frequencies, and they know where everything is and what everybody's doing. They know all the birds. They know everything. Kid yourself not. I live in a city, just put up all the LEDs. They all wired up for 5G. And anybody tells me different, I'm just going, yeah, whatever. That's not strategically important. That's why we got the big fucking bad police force. That's why we got LED lights. They're all fucking ready for fucking 5G. That's what's gonna happen here. One day the mayor's gonna go, guess what, guys? We all got 5G. We turn it on today. Click. All of a sudden, everything goes to 5G. I figure that'll happen soon enough. But with all the stuff that's going on, with all the 5G and this, but you know what? They're already working on a 6th generation and a 7th generation one already. I mean, it's insane, but they are. So I say, fuck this 5G and just skip ahead up to 7 or 8G and get something better. Light speed, do something better. But we're definitely in a different age. It's no longer your electrical age, it's now the digital age. And it'll reign supreme. But you guys know how to get a hold of me. And get your shit straight and hope for the best and try to be gentle to those ones around you you love. Otherwise, no. But there's activity and stuff happening now, so I'll be signing off and talk to you guys later. And hope you enjoyed the video and the yap, and as usual, post comments and whatever else, and we'll go from there. You know? So, once again, thanks for the attention. I didn't mean to rant on for damn near an hour, but yeah. We'll see what happens. Best of luck. I hope everybody out there is doing what they got to do, and they say we're all in this together. I don't know if I feel any togetherness. Maybe small groups, but overall, no. Choose your sides, choose your enemies. Choose wisely. And on that note, thanks for spending a little bit of the afternoon with me here. Try to be a little bit more lighthearted next time. I know I don't put up very often, but well, I just wish everybody could do what they gotta do, and the best of luck. And like I always say, see you on the other side.